Hi, beautiful souls. It's Kanisha with Peace, Love, and Faith. It's been just a minute with some craziness with family and with sickness and stuff. So I hope you all are doing well, and I appreciate those who have checked in on me. Today's video, I would love to really touch on the importance of self-care because I think a lot of people think self-care is like bubble baths and getting your nails done and your hair done and all of that great stuff. This is something that is very important to get clear on, just to make sure that you are taking care of yourself on this journey. But before we get started, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And also know that I will have some new content coming up around going deeper into the divine feminine. You guys really love that last video that I did, so I super appreciate that. I'm going to go into more depth on that topic here this week, and also hoping to be like working together with my soul brother Drake and his twin flame channel, and he will be going deeper in the divine masculine, the opposite of like what I'm doing, and going deeper in the divine masculine. And so we'll be helping each other with sharing each other's videos so that you guys get both of that together to really get that from the divine masculine's perspective and the divine feminine's perspective. So I'm super excited to be working with him on that. But let's go ahead and jump into this of what it really truly means to have self-care. So as you move through your ascension journey, you will find that it is not all rainbows and sunshines and butterflies and roses. Like, there is a lot of ick and just heavy stuff that has to come up to the surface, because a lot of what you are moving through was in your core, and it now has to come up to the surface to be released. And so it can feel really bad if you're not taking great care of yourself, other than your inner work. And so this will look like having days where you do absolutely nothing, whether it's just sitting and watching Netflix, or staying in your comfy sweats and clothes and just kind of being. That is part of your self-care. I'd also highly recommend paying attention to the foods that you eat, that you're really nurturing yourself. You're drinking plenty of water, maybe adding some electrolytes to that, taking your vitamins, like really deep self-care in a sense that is more inwardly and not so much physically, like physical outward appearance. For example, there are times where people are like, well, I'll feel better if I go and get this thing. Say it's flowers or chocolate. Okay, perfect. And then you go and get them, and you realize that feeling is still kind of there. This is where the self care comes in. Is asking yourself, what do you think those physical things are going to give you? Most times it would probably be comfort, or just feeling loved in that space. And so when you go in and you give yourself the comfort and the love, and you truly ask your inner child, like, what do you need in this space? It may not actually be the things that you thought you needed. It may be going for a walk. It may be allowing yourself to paint or to sing and dance. Maybe it's going out and just laying in the grass and looking at the sky. There are so many things that you can do for self-care that doesn't require you to have to spend money or have to physically change your appearance in order to feel good. Now, I do know there are times where I am feeling really bad, and I'll lay here and I'll give myself the time to process them, to move through my feelings. And then I am guided to go take a shower and get ready for the day and allow myself to move into that energy. And once I'm put together, like, I really do feel better. But I gave myself the opportunity to feel my feelings first and just be with myself, instead of forcing myself to get it together. This is a lot, I see this a lot with my clients, where they will like force themselves into this space of getting it together, because if not, they see themselves as lazy or not doing enough. And that's not the truth. Like, there is a balance with your inner work that is going to require a lot of self-care. It's going to require a lot of reparenting yourself, nurturing yourself in ways that you probably didn't receive as a child. I learned this a lot with my oldest child, who is very spiritually gifted, very sensitive to energy. And one of the things that he requires a lot of, after like moving through actually getting him tested for these things and finding out that there's nothing wrong with him, just that he's a very spiritually sensitive child, he's very sensitive to energy, is that he requires a lot of sleep. A lot of sleep. And that makes a lot of sense for those who are spiritually sensitive, is that they take on a lot of energy from other people. And so one of the things that he's naturally learning is how to transcend and transmute that energy. and some of that requires sleep. And so before, I used to think like, no, you don't need to be sleeping all the time, but now I realize that's actually how he really rejuvenates and um, regenerates for himself. And he's a much happier person. He's much a happier child. And when he is awake, he's very playful. He's very intuitive. He's very creative. And so I've had to realize that his way of self-care is might be a little bit different than mine. Same with my twin flame. His self-care is a little bit different than mine. For him to rejuvenate and kind of level out his mind and come back to his center, he will put on a video game and like listen to positive TikToks in the background, or Christ consciousness TikToks in the background. That helps him level back out. And to him, that's his self-care. That's his way of processing. And that is appropriate for him. And so you really have to ask yourself, what is like a self-care routine that it would be really beneficial for you? Again, that's not requiring you to go out and get your hair and nails done and all these other things. For me, one of the things I do myself is I really work on getting a massage if I can. I will try to do that every other week to help move the stuck energy that's in my muscles or in my body and release. The last time I had a massage, I cried, y'all, because there was still a lot of stuck energy within my body. And as it's being massaged out, it's being released. So I'm very grateful to really start to pay attention to my body and my true needs. That's what self-care is asking yourself what needs are needing to be met, going within, connecting with your inner child. Sometimes the self-care is literally just connecting with yourself, giving yourself time and space to intentionally and genuinely connect with yourself and ask your inner child what they need. And it could be as simple as just hanging out with her or reading a book or again drawing, just whatever comes to mind. But it's not, I just really wanted to get clear and emphasize that self-care is not going out and getting these things done. My twin flame helped me out with this a lot. He was like, Kanisha, that's not self-care, that's self-maintenance. And I was like, isn't that the same thing? And he was like, no, it's not the same thing. It's you're maintaining a way of living. But self-care is really having to care for yourself the way that you desire to be cared for. And when you think about that, being cared for by a parent would be nurturing, their safety, their security, their stability. There is just a lot of love in that space. And there has been many, many times where I thought if I go out and buy something, I used to be a very impulsive buyer. If I would go out and buy something or I went out and got these things done, I would feel better. But after many times of doing this, I recognize even going to get my nails done, thinking I would feel better, I would be in the chair like very tense and very rigid and not relaxing because it didn't actually make me feel better. I still felt the same when I was done. But when I go in and I ask myself what I need and what care does she need and allowing her to communicate that with me, that is when I really shift and I'm able to move out of those heavier energies or really be able to move through upheaval with ease and gentleness instead of trying to force myself out of that. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you're needing more support in finding self-care routines, definitely feel free to reach out. I can help you customize that in any way and really just be open to receiving support. And ultimately, all the answers that you need are within you. Like, y'all don't really even need me, but like, I'm here just to support you and to guide you because I know sometimes we get stuck in our own minds. We get stuck in the nonsense. And sometimes we just need someone on the outside to remind us, bring us back to our center. So that's what I'm here for. But if you would like more support, definitely check out my link below for coaching. And I do specifically Ascension coaching. I help people come together with their ultimate lover. But I also really love coaching and helping people reprogram their mind, really let go of old programming, old beliefs that they picked up from childhood, creating new routines, creating new systems for you, and really seeing you get into this place of where you're living your true authentic self, things that are really in alignment with your soul, and moving forward into that. When I really did that for myself, my life has changed so much. I love my life. I love my life. And I couldn't have done this without this work or without a coach. And it's really supportive to be able to ground a solid foundation within yourself for your union, for your divine counterpart. When you're calling in your divine counterpart and your ultimate lover, you really want a solid foundation of a routine or a system or just things that flow in order for you to be able to still maintain and care for yourself while inviting someone else into your space. I hope this is helpful for you. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely check out the new content that's going to be coming here within the next few days. I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday. Peace, love, and faith. I'll see you guys soon.